Dealing with people who have mental illness could be a very tough situation. First is because you want to be compassionate because we all have mental health. And if you live long enough, all of us can be broken mentally. So you don't want to look down on people. But you also want to evaluate people so you know how to handle people. And if someone has a legitimate certified disability with a handicap sticker, or they're on disability because of some related mental issues, then you have to treat them as someone who is mentally disabled. If they can't work in society because they have mental problems, then they can't work in a regular relationship. There's some disability, there's some issue mentally that is above the average, or more severe than the average human person. That's why they're issued certified disabled. So I say that because I've dealt with that in my life. And you try to figure out when you're dealing with the mentally ill if it's you or them. It's like being a correctional officer in a jail. A lot of correctional officers become almost like inmates because they engulf themselves in the environment, and to survive in that environment, they have to almost take on that persona of being locked up. So when you live with someone who is mentally ill, certified, service dog is an emotional mental illness, you need some type of help, right? You have a disability, someone who can't work, they're on SSDI, doesn't mean they're a bad person. And maybe they have none of these certifications. But it means that you're basically a correctional officer. You're living with a certified insane. And you could become insane if you stay long term at a mental insane asylum. And before you know it, you don't know what's up from down. Before you know it, they're guilt tripping you. Before you know it, they're leading your life. They're telling you what to do, when to go, when to pick them up, when to do this. And what I can tell you is, if you can, separate. Okay? If you can't, if they're your children or something, do the best you can. But there's only so much you can do. That's number one. Number two is you can't destroy your mental health trying to help someone else who just you can't help. One is you're probably not a certified mental health expert. Okay. And if you were a certified mental health expert, you would never take your patient home with you, because you need boundaries. You need to maintain your own mental health. You need well-being. Maybe you go visit your friend in the jail. Maybe you go visit your family member in a mental insane asylum, but you wouldn't live with them. I mean, you want to lock yourself up, go crazy? So boundaries, respect, but fair evaluation. They're certified. They got a service dog. They got a note from their doctor that they are emotionally unstable. They got a note from their doctor that they can't work because they're mentally ill. They can't have it both ways. They can't say they can't function because there's a disability, but at the same time, they can't have the independence of an adult and run you around in their life. So you have to be fair. They can't have it both ways. I remember I worked with a guy, and I love this guy, but he kept saying, like, and he was right in one instance. He was saying that we can't be asked to take on more responsibility if we're not going to get more pay. And I agree with him, but I said, you got to be very careful how you deal with this, because, you have to be fair to the company, you have to be fair to yourself, and you have to understand the dynamic of once you start to ask for demands. Because people can tell you if you don't like the environment, then you can leave. Your parents can tell you if you don't like this house, you can leave. Anyone can. So you got to tread cautiously and be respectful. So, and mentally ill people, they don't tread cautiously and they're not respectful. So eventually what happened was, the boss basically said, look, you either get this or you get that, but you can't get more pay and less responsibility. I mean, he said, like, no, I apologize. This is what he said. He said, I'm hearing two things, that you want more pay and you want quality of life. I threw in the quality of life because that was always important to me. And he said, look, if you want the more pay and you're going to fight for that, then you're going to have to sacrifice more. If you want more authority, independence, you got to pay the price. And you have to decide in life what you want, and if you don't want to pay the price, then someone else calls the shots. And, that situation ended wisely. But I want to share with you that, look, don't let people run your life if they're not doing what they need to do. And if they can't do what they need to do because they have a major mental disability or emotional disability, then respect them. But again, they have to either go get the help, or they have to do, they can't run your life. They can't. You respect them, don't hurt them or abuse them. But I mean, come on, they can't have it both ways. They can't be disabled where they can't do anything, but at the same time, they can boss you around. No, guys. When you take the promotion, you get more responsibility, more stress, but you also get more money and more authority. So when you're willing to go out there and take care of your business, it got the same way. And if you're not, if you can't, then look, you got to be respectful to the people who are. I mean, see, that's the thing with the mentally ill people sometimes, or emotionally ill. They're same thing, many instances, is that they want you to treat them with very much a lot of compassion, a lot of sensitivity, but they'll treat you crazy because they're crazy. And before you know it, you trying to figure out if you're really crazy. No, they're crazy, okay? Because they got all the certification, the service dog, the disability sheet, the handicap sticker, everything. They've got the whole superpower kit. And you running around there, you working, you doing side work, you trying to do this, you trying to do that, and they telling you what to do, what you can do, what you can't do. How they're talking about you look crazy. I want to tell you, I wish these mentally ill people, they're psychological geniuses. Yeah, they smarter than they think, and they know they smart. They so smart they trick their lazy ass social worker. That's true. And they trick their lazy ass psychiatrists, because their psychiatrists never spend time with real mentally ill people. They just went to school and got overcharged for their schooling. Yeah, I've seen these. I just want to tell you this. Mentally ill people will destroy your life. Now, I respect everyone, including the mentally ill. But I also respect myself, okay? And I want to tell you, if we can have a fair, balanced relationship, great. And if you got a disability, I think you should go to a mental institution, not be around me. I'm not a mental health worker. And if I was, I wouldn't take you home with me. That's how you got to look at life. And will people listen to this? Hey, guys, they'll probably laugh. They'll listen. But most people, guys, they're codependent, emotionally, mentally. So I'll tell you, what's 99% of conflict is two people who are mentally and emotionally unstable who keep locking heads because they don't want to separate and stay separated. And what do? I mind my business and I do what I need to do for me. That'll keep me busy the rest of my life. And if you remember that, you got a shot in this world. If you don't remember that, guys, welcome to the insane asylum, because the psychopaths try to run this world. Never forget it. And if you don't keep your sanity, guys, you're going to find out. They're going to treat you pretty crazy. Okay, I love everyone, guys. This is out of love and respect. But this is out of real life, and you know this. And that's why some people hate on it, because it's too real. Okay, and they want their delusion. Yeah, they want, that I want to tell you, never wake up a psychopath from their nap. They'll stab you. If you ever try to get a psychopath to get rid of their storage unit, you better have a bulletproof vest on, because they're going to stab you, shoot you, they're going to go crazy. I don't get involved in none of that crazy shit, all right? I want to tell you, I just say, this is crazy, and I get away. And that's it. I don't bother anyone. And I want to tell you guys, be careful. All right, I'll see you in the next one.